Good morning. This is Dwayne, and today I'd like to talk about complex chords that aren't really once you understand them. Sometimes people try to overanalyze chord structures, and it just makes it more confusing. So I'd like to share with you some complex chords that aren't really complex at all once you understand what's going on. That chord that I just played, I was playing the G7th chord, but I played this. How would you analyze that? Well, if I was going to analyze it, it would be a G7th with a 6th in it and a flat 9th, okay? But to my mind, that's overanalyzing it. I mean, you could analyze it that way, but that's kind of complex, especially if you use a blue note of some sort. That's really hard to analyze. But all that's happening is in the left hand you got a G7th open voicing. In other words, the root and the 7th. In the right hand, you supply the 3rd, so you definitely have the G7th chord there. Anytime you can leave out the 5th, you got the same chord. The 5th doesn't add that much to it, so I'm leaving the 5th out. But that chord is what? It's E major, isn't it? So what's really happening is that the E major chord is being played over the G7th chord. That's all. Okay. The E7th chord inverted looks like that. I think I was doing a straddle down or something like that, breaking up the E chord from the top down. And then the final chord was C, but instead of playing C, I did this. What chord is that? A lot of people would try to analyze that, and that's of course the C chord. Well, that's a major 7th, and wow, that's a flat 3rd and a flat 5th. That would be difficult to write out the symbol. I mean, you could do it, but that's pretty complex. But really, it's simple, isn't it? That's a B major chord over C. That's all that's going on. B over C. And I just slid from B up to C. Errol Garner did exactly the same thing in Misty. Watch. See if I can play it right. See that chord? That's B over C. Then he just brought it back to C, major, 7th. B, the whole B chord, that's all it is, over C. Then dissolving, yeah, that's a good word, into the C major, 7th chord, okay? So again, and so on, okay? Another example, let's see, if I played Moon River. What chord is that? Well, that's A minor 7th, 9th, 11th. You could analyze it that way, but another way to analyze it is that's simply the G chord over A minor 7th. Now here's another one. Let's take it in context. There, right there. Now if you analyze that, you'd have to call it an F chord, right? Got the F chord, but it's really just the G chord over F, isn't it? The G chord is superimposed over F. There it is. There's so many examples of this in that chord. You'd have to analyze B flat, but that's the C chord over it. That's all that's going on. So, like I said, those are complex chords. They seem like complex chords, but they really aren't once you understand what's going on. So, just a little piano tip that you can look for that sort of thing in music. And, you know, the more you understand music theory, in other words, the guts of music, the more music becomes understandable and reasonable and logical, because music is basically math. I wish I'd paid attention in math class in high school, but I didn't, so I had to kind of learn it the hard way through the back door of music. But in any case, it can help you a lot. So that's my little sermon for today. So I'll get off my stand here and let you go. But I hope that you will watch these piano tips often, because you can learn a lot. And they're all free. So come on over to playpiano.com and sign up for our free piano tips, and you'll be glad you did. So that's all for today. Bye-bye for now.